Question 1. A data science team runs Apache Spark on Amazon EMR. Compute costs are increasing due to long-running jobs. Workloads are fault-tolerant and can handle interrupted instances. Which cost optimization strategy is best? Options: A. Use Amazon EC2 spot instances for worker nodes in the EMR cluster. B. Deploy EMR on on-demand EC2 instances for better reliability. C. Enable AWS Compute Optimizer and adjust instance types accordingly. D. Switch from EMR to Amazon RDS for better query performance. Correct answer: A. Use Amazon EC2 spot instances for worker nodes in the EMR cluster. Explanation: Spot instances reduce compute costs significantly for fault-tolerant workloads like Spark on EMR. Why not other options? Option B. On-demand instances cost more than spot instances. Option C. Compute Optimizer helps, but spot instances provide the best savings. Option D. RDS is not suitable for big data processing workloads like Spark. Question 2. A retail company has on-premises servers and AWS workloads. AWS and on-premises servers must communicate securely. Latency should be minimized, but a dedicated connection is too expensive. Which solution meets these requirements? Options: A. Set up AWS site-to-site VPN for secure connectivity. B. Deploy a Bastion host in AWS to proxy all traffic. C. Use AWS Direct Connect for lower latency. D. Enable AWS Transit Gateway with inter-region peering. Correct answer: A. Set up AWS site-to-site VPN for secure connectivity. Explanation: AWS site-to-site VPN establishes secure, cost-effective connectivity between AWS and on-premises. Why not other options? Option B. Bastion hosts are for SSH/RDP access, not network connectivity. Option C. Direct Connect is faster but expensive. Option D. Transit Gateway is for AWS inter-VPC connectivity, not on-premises access. Question 3. A SaaS company exposes a REST API using Amazon API Gateway. External clients should be authenticated before accessing the API. API keys alone are not sufficient for authentication. Requests should be rate-limited to prevent abuse. Which solution provides the most secure and scalable authentication mechanism? Options: A. Use API keys and configure WAF rules to limit traffic. B. Enable IAM authentication and require external clients to assume IAM roles. C. Use Amazon Cognito with OAuth and enable throttling in API Gateway. D. Require clients to sign requests with AWS Signature version 4. Correct answer: C. Use Amazon Cognito with OAuth and enable throttling in API Gateway. Explanation: Amazon Cognito provides secure authentication using OAuth, and API Gateway throttling protects against abuse. Why not other options? Option A. API keys do not provide authentication, only identification. Option B. IAM authentication is not ideal for external clients. Option D. Signature version 4 is for AWS services, not third-party API clients. Question 4. A company replicates petabytes of data between S East 1 and S West 2 for disaster recovery. The current solution uses Amazon S3 cross-region replication, CRR. Costs have increased significantly due to data transfer fees. How can the company reduce costs while maintaining replication? Options: A. Use AWS Direct Connect to establish a private link between regions. B. Enable S3 intelligent tiering for cost-optimized storage. C. Use AWS Data Sync instead of S3 CRR for more control over replication. D. Compress and encrypt files before replication to reduce transfer costs. Correct answer: A. Use AWS Direct Connect to establish a private link between regions. Explanation: AWS Direct Connect significantly reduces inter-region data transfer costs compared to CRR over the Internet. Why not other options? Option B. Intelligent tiering optimizes storage, not data transfer. Option C. Data sync provides flexibility but still incurs transfer costs. Option D. Compression helps but does not eliminate high transfer costs. Question 5. A company with 100 AWS accounts uses AWS organizations. Developers need temporary access to specific accounts. Access should be granted dynamically without manual IAM policy changes. What is the best solution? Options: A. Create an IAM user in each account and share credentials. B. Use IAM roles with cross-account access and enforce via AWS SSO. C. Generate temporary credentials using AWS STS and distribute manually. D. Require developers to use AWS CloudTrail logs to request access. Correct answer: B. Use IAM roles with cross-account access and enforce via AWS SSO. Explanation: AWS IAM roles plus AWS SSO allow users to assume roles dynamically, improving security and scalability. Why not other options? Option A. IAM users in every account are hard to manage and insecure. Option C. Manually distributing STS credentials is not scalable. Option D. CloudTrail logs do not grant access. Question 6. A healthcare provider connects its on-premises data center to AWS using AWS Direct Connect. Only specific AWS services should be accessible from on-premises. AWS services must not send data back to the internet. How can this be enforced? Options: A. Use security groups to restrict outbound traffic from AWS. B. Enable AWS network firewall and restrict traffic with allow/deny rules. C. Configure AWS private link for required services and block direct internet access. D. Use IAM policies to prevent internet-bound API calls. Correct answer: C. Configure AWS private link for required services and block direct internet access. Explanation: AWS private link ensures services are only accessible within AWS and from on-premises without public exposure. Why not other options? Option A. Security groups do not control outbound service traffic. Option B. AWS network firewall helps, but private link provides direct secure access. Option D. IAM policies do not restrict network traffic. Question 7. A global analytics company uses Amazon RDS MySQL to store data. Read queries are slowing down performance. The company does not want to migrate to Aurora. What is the best way to improve read performance? Options: A. Enable Amazon RDS read replicas and distribute traffic. B. Migrate to a NoSQL database like DynamoDB for better scaling. C. Use Amazon Elasticache in front of RDS to cache queries. D. Increase the RDS instance size to scale vertically. Correct answer: A. Enable Amazon RDS read replicas and distribute traffic. Explanation: RDS read replicas offload read traffic, improving performance and scalability. Why not other options? Option B. DynamoDB requires rewriting the application. Option C. Elasticache helps cache some queries, but not all. Option D. Scaling vertically is expensive and not scalable long-term. Question 8. A media company runs a serverless application using AWS Lambda, API Gateway, and DynamoDB. Costs have increased due to high Lambda invocation counts. API Gateway sees millions of requests daily. How can the company reduce costs? Options: A. Use API Gateway caching to reduce repeated Lambda invocations. B. Switch to EC2-based microservices to reduce serverless execution time. C. Move the workload to Kubernetes for better cost control. D. Reduce Lambda memory size and execution time. Correct answer: A. Use API Gateway caching to reduce repeated Lambda invocations. Explanation: API Gateway caching reduces unnecessary Lambda calls, optimizing costs. Why not other options? Option B. EC2 increases operational costs. Option C. Kubernetes is more complex and not cost-efficient for this case. Option D. Reducing memory helps but does not address high invocation counts. Question 9. A company using multiple AWS accounts stores sensitive data in S3. All data must be encrypted at rest. Developers should not disable encryption. Which solution enforces encryption across accounts? Options: A. Enable S3 default encryption in each bucket. B. Use AWS organizations' SCPs to enforce encryption policies. C. Configure AWS config rules to check for unencrypted objects. D. Use KMS to encrypt objects and restrict access via IAM policies. Correct answer: B. Use AWS organizations' SCPs to enforce encryption policies. Explanation: SCPs enforce encryption settings across all AWS accounts. Why not other options? Option A. Default encryption can be disabled per bucket. Option C. AWS config detects issues but does not enforce them. Option D. KMS secures data but does not prevent unencrypted uploads. Question 10. A financial institution runs a microservices-based API in Amazon ECS, Fargate, behind an application load balancer, ALB. Internal applications running on EC2 instances in multiple VPCs need to consume this API. No traffic should pass through the public internet. Least privilege access should be enforced for security compliance. Which solution ensures secure, private connectivity? Options: A. Use ALB with public access and restrict requests via IAM policies. B. Enable AWS private link and expose the service as a private endpoint. C. Use VPC peering between all VPCs and route traffic through ALB. D. Place the ALB behind a NAT gateway and allow access from specific CIDR blocks. Correct answer: B. Enable AWS private link and expose the service as a private endpoint. Explanation: AWS Private Link ensures that the API is accessible only within the VPC and connected VPCs, without exposing it to the public internet. Why not other options? Option A. ALB with IAM still requires public access, which is not secure. Option C. VPC peering does not scale well for many-to-one connectivity. Option D. NAT gateway does not solve the private access requirement.